It always starts the same way. You're at a party, maybe feeling a little awkward or left out, and someone offers you something. They say it'll help you relax, have more fun, fit in better. Or maybe you're dealing with stress from school, family drama, or just feeling like everything sucks. Whatever the reason, that first time seems harmless enough. Just one night, just this once, what could go wrong? Here's the thing though. Addiction doesn't announce itself with warning signs and flashing lights. It creeps up slowly, disguised as fun and freedom, until suddenly you realize you're trapped. Understanding how this happens isn't about scaring you. It's about giving you the power to recognize the signs before things spiral out of control. Stage 1 looks exactly like what most people think normal teenage experimentation should look like. You try something at a party and honestly, it's pretty fun. Maybe it's alcohol and you feel more confident talking to people. Maybe it's weed and suddenly that boring movie everyone's watching is hilarious. Perhaps it's pills someone says will help you stay awake to study or lose weight. Whatever it is, that first experience usually feels positive. You're laughing with friends, having experiences you've never had before, and nothing bad happens. You wake up the next day feeling fine, maybe even a little proud that you tried something new. During this stage, use is totally social and seems completely under control. You only do it when you're with certain friends or at specific events. You might go weeks or even months between uses. Your grades are still decent, your parents haven't noticed anything different, and you're not thinking about substances when you're not using them. This is the stage where it's easiest to convince yourself that you're just having normal teenage experiences. Everyone else seems to be doing it too, right? The key thing about stage 1 is that consequences are either non-existent or so minor, they're easy to brush off. Maybe you feel a little sick the next day, or your parents smell something on your clothes, but nothing major happens. The transition from stage 1 to stage 2 is so gradual that most people don't notice it happening. What starts as occasional weekend use slowly becomes more frequent. Maybe you used to only drink at parties, but now you're having a few drinks after school to unwind. Or you used to only smoke weed on weekends, but now you're getting high before boring classes or family dinners. The biggest shift is that you start using substances not just for fun, but to deal with feelings or situations that stress you out. Stage 2 is where your tolerance starts building, meaning you need more of whatever you're using to get the same effect. That one drink that used to make you feel relaxed now barely does anything, so you have 2 or 3. The pill that used to keep you alert all night now requires taking 2 or 3 to get the same result. This is also when lying becomes part of your routine, even if you don't think of it as lying. You tell your parents you're studying at a friend's house when you're really getting high. You say you're tired from sports practice when really you're hungover. You start keeping breath mints, eye drops, or perfume handy to cover up evidence. Your performance starts slipping during stage 2, but gradually enough that you can usually make excuses. Your grades might drop from A's to B's and C's, but you tell yourself it's because classes got harder. You might quit activities you used to love or start missing practices, but you blame it on being too busy or stressed. Sleep patterns get weird. You might be more irritable with family and friends, and you start planning your schedule around when and where you can use substances. The scary part about stage 2 is that you can still function pretty normally most of the time, which makes it easy to deny that anything serious is happening. Stage 3 is where everything changes dramatically. Substances aren't just something fun you do anymore. They become the center of your entire world. You wake up thinking about when you can use again. You plan your whole day around opportunities to get high or drunk. School becomes secondary to finding ways to use, and you might start skipping classes regularly or even dropping out. Relationships with family and old friends become strained or completely broken because they're getting in the way of your substance use or calling you out on your behavior. The consequences in stage 3 are impossible to ignore. You might get suspended from school, arrested, kicked out of your house, or lose important relationships. Your physical and mental health start showing serious signs of damage. You might have blackouts, panic attacks, or physical symptoms when you can't use substances. The worst part is that even when these major consequences happen, you still feel like you can't stop using. The substances that once made you feel good now just make you feel normal, and without them, everything feels impossible to handle. But here's what's crucial to understand about stage 3. Even when things seem hopeless, recovery is absolutely possible. Addiction isn't a moral failing or a lack of willpower. It's a medical condition that changes how your brain works. The earlier you recognize these patterns and get help, the easier recovery becomes. If you're reading this and recognizing yourself in stage 1 or 2, you have a huge advantage because you're catching it before it completely takes over your life. Recovery looks different for everyone, but it usually involves both professional help and strong support systems. This might mean talking to a counselor, joining a support group, going to outpatient or inpatient treatment, or working with doctors who understand addiction. The important thing is that you don't have to figure it out alone. There are people specifically trained to help teenagers navigate these challenges, and they understand that your brain is still developing and that you deserve a second chance to build the life you want. If you're worried about yourself or someone you care about, there are resources available right now. You can call or text 988 for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, which also handles substance abuse crises. The SAMHSA National Helpline at 1-800-662-4357 provides confidential, free treatment referrals and information 24 hours a day. Many schools have counselors who can help connect you with resources, and there are online support groups specifically for teenagers dealing with substance use issues. The most important thing to remember is that recognizing these stages early gives you power over your situation. Addiction tries to convince you that you're broken or worthless, but that's not true. You're a person with inherent worth who deserves support, understanding, and the chance to build a healthy, fulfilling life. Whether you're in stage 1, 2, or 3, it's never too early or too late to reach out for help. If this video helped you understand something important about yourself or someone you care about, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you never miss content that could make a real difference in your life. And if you think someone else needs to hear this message, share it with them. Sometimes knowing you're not alone in this struggle is the first step toward getting help. Always remember this: addiction isn't a moral failing. See you in the next video.